Hello, everybody. I see everybody's connecting. I will wait just 1 minute until people can connect. Okay, let's go. Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to welcome you to this webinar dedicated to startups who want to learn more about the Chips Venture Forum. Let me quickly introduce myself. For those who don't know me yet, my name is Radia, and I'm an innovation project manager at Blue Morpho. The company was founded in 2015 by Géraldine Andrieux. After more than 15 years of experience in deep tech innovation, Blue Morpho was created with a clear objective to foster the best conditions for the adoption of deep tech innovation. This means combining strong technological differentiation, access to attractive markets, and of course, access to capital. Since its creation, Blue Morpho has been working closely with private investors to support and increase investment in deep tech. We are also the coordinator of the Access program. I believe many of you already know Régis Hamelin, CTO of Blue Morpho and coordinator of Access. Within this framework, I'm very happy to be your point of contact with our investor network, as well as the project manager of the Chips Venture Forum. So now that I've quickly introduced myself, I will let you do so. So I will launch little poll so that you can tell me who you are. And here it is. Okay, great. Can see a lot of startups and scale up, which is great. I will let you a few seconds. Okay. So we have 72% of startups and scale up, and the other percents are for the competence centers. So welcome to all of you. So now that I introduced myself, Blue Morpho, and I know who you are, let me introduce the Chips Venture Forum. So the Chips Venture Forum takes place once a year over the 4-year duration of the Access project. This continuity allows us to build and maintain strong relationships between startups and investors. As you know, fundraising is something that takes time. It is built through your network and the relationships you develop over time. And our goal is really to generate high quality deal flow to demonstrate the full potential of European semiconductor startups and to encourage deep tech investors to invest more in this sector. Semiconductors are often perceived as highly technical by investors, which can sometimes make them hesitant. So our approach is to facilitate connections between investors, encouraging co-investments that combine both capital and sector-specific expertise in semiconductors. This initiative is driven by the Access Competence Centers, which, as you can see on the map, are located all across Europe. If you would like to learn more about the competence centers in your region, I invite you to visit the Access website, and I will also at the end share the link with you in the chat. So to better understand how many of you are coming from competence centers, I would like now to ask you to answer this poll that I will launch now. Where is it? So just to have an overview on who is coming from a competence center and who is not. it a few seconds. Okay, perfect. So I can see it's a quite half-half, half yes and half no. So very interesting. You will in the meeting know how we can manage it for the competent for the startups coming from the competent centers and the one who are not. So, the Chiefs Venture Forum is built as a network of competence centers in partnership with the EIC Accelerator, DigiConnect, and EuroCDP. So, which brings together deep tech venture capital investors, corporate venture arms, and large industrial players. As I mentioned earlier, the forum is organized over 4 editions throughout the Access project. The first edition already took place last year in Munich during Summicon Europa on November 18th, 2025. And I'm sure some of you joining today actually participated in that first edition. So welcome back. What really differentiates the Chiefs Venture Forum from other conferences, because you can ask this question, why Chiefs Venture Forum and not another, it's the full selection and matchmaking process we implement at Blue Morpho. So especially the digital sessions organized ahead of the physical event. In 2025, we mobilized around 30 jury members, and for 2026, we are scaling this up to around 70 investors and experts. The real value here is that you don't show up just to an event hoping to meet investors, but you connect with them in advance, really receive direct feedback, and start building relationships before meeting them in person. The digital sessions are a key opportunity to connect directly with the right investors. During the last edition, 57 startups engaged in 144 targeted one-to-one meetings with a curated jury of venture capital investors and corporate representatives. Each startup benefits from a focused 5-minute pitch followed by 10-minute Q&A, allowing for quick, high-impact exchanges. And investors are carefully matched based on their investment thesis, of course, ensuring relevant and meaningful discussions. All startups are evaluated through a structured and transparent process, leading to the selection of the most promising companies. At the end of this process, 18 startups, or maybe less or more, we will decide along the process, are selected. 18 startups are selected to pitch at the final stage of the Chiefs Venture Forum. This means that by the time you reach the physical event, you are not started from zero. You have already been seen, evaluated, and connected with investors. This is what makes the experience much more efficient, targeted, and valuable compared to traditional events that you have already seen. So the Chief Venture Forum, as I said, is a highly curated event, but it's still intimate. It's not 1,000 people where you can't meet the one that you want to see, but we only gather around 150 participants, all here with one clear objective: to exchange, connect, and create opportunities. Building on the digital session organized beforehand, we also facilitate more than 100 one-to-one meetings on site. These meetings are not random, they are carefully organized through specific process and proprietary tools, ensuring that every interaction is targeted and valuable. Before the event, you will receive your schedule on site, of your on-site meetings for a smooth organization. So, looking at the previous edition, the winner of the Chips Venture Forum was Vertical Compute, and the two coup de coeur, which were for dedicated categories, were Spin Cloud and Faraday, and all of them had very interesting discussions with investors, leading to strong follow-ups And who knows, maybe you will be the next winner of the Chiefs Venture Forum 2026. So after the CVF 2025, we also conducted a survey to track the fundraising outcomes of participating startups, and so that you can see the value and what you are what you're gonna win from it. So here are some key insights. 5 companies successfully raised funds. 5 companies are currently in ongoing discussions. Deal sizes range from early stage to Series B. 2 deals above 10 million, 4 deals between 1 to 5 million, and 4 deals above 1 million euro. These results clearly show the real impact of the forum in supporting the fundraising and your fundraising journeys. We also run a global satisfaction survey, and the event was a real success. Very, very happy for that. The application process was very positively rated with 67% very good and 97% overall positive feedback, highlighting how smooth and reassuring the entry into the program is. So, one of the key highlights remains our digital sessions. The digital jury phase achieved consistently high satisfaction with 91% positive ratings, confirming the value of these early connections with investors. This positive feedback is also shared well by startups, but by corporates and investors too. What clearly stands out is that the entire program is highly valued, especially because it brings together investors who have strong focus on deep tech and on semiconductor, and this makes this discussion much more efficient, relevant, and to the point. So for the 2026 edition, as I said earlier, more than 70 investors will be involved, both during the digital sessions and throughout the Chips Venture Forum and Info. And just to name just a few, Lam Capital, Partech, Hydra Ventures, Deep Tech Excel will be part of the journey. So if you are wondering about the eligibility criteria, it's actually quite simple. This is why I asked you before, are you coming from a competence center? But you need to be either affiliated with a European Competence Center or an EIC supported company. If you are coming also from EuroCDP, you can contact us too. So, what happens if you apply and meet these criteria? You will first go through a selection phase, starting with the digital session, with an investor aligned with your investment thesis. Then you will be invited to participate in the Chiefs Venture Forum embedded with info, there where 2 half days are dedicated to semiconductors. During this phase, you will have additional one-to-one meetings with investors. This leads to a further selection of startups who will then have the opportunity to pitch at our second event during Semicon Europa, which represents the final stage of the process. I also want to add, and I think it is very important, but from the 2025 edition, we identified 2 key challenges. First, collaboration between private semiconductor uh, players is not always easy. Second, there is a clear need for more capital in the semiconductor sector. So in 2026, we address these challenges by organizing 2 complementary events. Info, our deep tech investor conference focused on facilitating access to capital, and Semicon Europa, which enables stronger interactions with the semiconductor ecosystem, helping to unlock barriers and foster collaboration. So you might be wondering, why did we choose Info Venture Summit? What makes Info unique is that it is organized by investors for investors. The entire program is designed to identify the real investment opportunities in deep tech. For you as a startup, there is extremely valuable because it is, extremely valuable because it allows you to better understand how investors think and what they are looking for and how to make your discussion more impactful. Another key specificity is the presence of investors who actually sit on investment committees at a GP level. This is a real time saver for startups as you are directly engaging with decision makers. So, as you can see, Info gathered 1,000 guests since its creation, 150 speakers, 26 countries from Europe, USA, Japan, and more, and contributes to raise 1 billion euros. Well, actually, we updated the numbers and it's 1.4 billion euros. What truly sets Info apart is its editorial committee, composed of around 15 senior investors and industry leaders from firms such as Airbus Ventures, 360 Capital, Ventec, Continuation, among others. And these are the people who select the companies that will participate in the summit. But you are not concerned. So Info is therefore a paid and highly selective event, and this committee is responsible for deciding who gets access. If you visit the website, which is infoventures.com, you will see that the participation fee is around 1,500 euros. However, it is, and this is a key advantage, if you are eligible and selected through the Chips Venture Forum, you will get free access to Info Venture Summit, which will take place on October 22nd and 23rd. So the Chips Venture Forum will take place just before Info on the 21st and 22nd. So the 21st October on the afternoon and the morning of October 22nd, creating a seamless transition between the two events. So more concretely, the Chips Venture Forum will start on October 21st in the early afternoon, followed by the networking cocktail in the evening. The next morning session will continue until lunch, and then we will transition directly into Info, starting at lunch on October 22nd. Info will continue with the cocktail in the evening and then run through the following mornings, concluding on October 23rd. Having access to both events means that you have more time with investors, stronger engagement with semiconductor end users, dedicated one-to-one meetings, and broader exposure to cross-cutting strategic topics. So the full program will, of course, be shared with you once you apply. The first event, so the one with InfoVenture Summit, will take place in Bordeaux at the Palais de la Bourse, an iconic venue in the city. You can expect a rich program including one-to-one panels, startup speeches, as well as more informal moments like wine tasting and networking cocktails. And because beyond business, we also believe it's important to experience all of this in the possible in the better and best possible conditions. So now regarding the second stage of the program, it will take place just like last year alongside Semicon Europa in Munich. The exact dates are still to be confirmed, but it will take place between November 10th and November 13th. And the event will be held at Messe Munich, co-located with Electronica, which means you will benefit from both the Chips Venture Forum final stage and the broader Semicon ecosystem. To summarize the entire process one last time, sorry. Oops. Here it is. So to summarize the entire process one last time, if you're wondering where to start, you can either reach out to your competence center, the EIC, or directly to me if you're interested. Once eligible, you will have until May 12 to apply. The digital sessions will take place in early June, where you will meet investors who are closely aligned with your investment thesis. Everything is organized by us. You just need to prepare your pitch, 5 minutes presentation followed by 10 minutes of Q&A. After these jury sessions, we will select a first group of startups who will be invited to pitch on site in Bordeaux. You will also be coached ahead of your pitch before taking the stage on October 21st or 22nd. That said, all participating startups will benefit from additional one-to-one meetings during info. These meetings will lead to a second level of selection. These meetings during info, investors will gather and identify the finalists who will then have the opportunity to pitch in Munich during the final stage of the Chips Venture Forum. So a little reminder that obviously I think is clear. To be eligible, startups must be operating in the semiconductor field and fall into at least one of the categories listed here, from mainstream silicon technologies, packaging and assembly, quantum technologies, silicon photonics, and more. And if you have any doubts about your eligibility, please don't hesitate to reach out to me directly. So I'll now give you a few moments to prepare your questions. Feel free to send them in the chat. I can see there's one question. I will respond to it later, but here is the chat too. So maybe you want to add your questions in here. I will let you prepare your questions, and then I will answer to all of them. So in the meantime, let me quickly summarize. So the Chips Venture Forum selection phase will take place on October 21st and 22nd in Bordeaux, just before info, which runs on October 22nd and 23rd. By participating, you will get access to one-to-one meetings with VCs, pitch on stage if you are selected, 70 plus deep tech investors involved in the jury, full access to the Info Venture Summit, networking cocktails and dinner, etc. And then comes the final stage in Munich between November 10 and 13, date to be confirmed, where you will benefit from dedicating one-to-one meetings, again, final pitching on stage for the top selected startups, meeting with the European Commission and EIC representatives, direct exposure to large semiconductor groups, equipment manufacturers, IDMs, and OEMs. A presence at Semicon and Electronica, ensuring broad visibility across the entire semiconductor ecosystem. So here I come across the presentation. Here are the related contacts. So if you want to know more, if you want to apply, don't hesitate to write to me at deeptech at bluemorpho.com, or to contact Access EU, or just go to see the website. Here is it. And now I will, so either you are eligible and I will forward to you the link to apply, or the CCCs will do it, or the EIC, but I can share it here since I don't know who, there's startups who are not eligible. So you have to contact your competence center to be able to apply, or contact me or the EIC. So can you share the presentation after the meeting? Yes, I will do. No worries. Clayton, right? What is the content of the application for me to be provided for May 12? Well, for the application, you will have to give all the information about the startups, your informations, What are you looking for? Is it fundings? Which is your differentiation? Your market target. So it's some questions that you will have to answer to it, and then we will come back to you to confirm your participation to the Chips Venture Forum. So I have the same question from Peter and Marielle. What does it mean to be associated with a competence center? Well, actually, competence centers have a network of startups which they are connected to them. If not, it's that you are not affiliated to one of them. Maybe you are from the AIC or maybe not. If you are not coming from the competence centers, neither the AIC, you can just contact me, and we will see. Just contact me, and we will go further this. So I think I answered all the questions. I don't know if there are more. Yes, there are more questions. Yes, Clayton. SMEs are also, well, startups are eligible, but if you're affiliated to one of the competence centers, or if you're eligible to the Chips Venture Forum, you can contact us and then we can get back to you. But yes. So I don't know if there is more questions. Well, I think if there's no more question, I think everything was clear. If you have more interrogations, don't hesitate to reach out to me or to the contact of Access. Well, one last one, I think. Oh, it's a thank you. You're welcome. I'm very happy to have you all today, and can't wait to hear from you. And have a very nice day. Ayad, I saw your question. All the information for the proposal before May 12 will be communicated either by me or a competence center. So you should come back to us so that we can give you all the informations you need to apply. Well, I will close the meeting now. Thank you, everybody. Have a very nice day and hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.